James Sunderland and Leon Kennedy are some of the most well-known video game characters, as both are big faces of their respective franchises. And after recently completing Silent Hill 2 myself, I started to see a lot of similarities between the two characters, and honestly a lot of glaring differences. This video will serve as a compare and contrast between the two characters, and the timing couldn't be any better as our Resident Evil Requiem comes out this February, which I personally would believe will be the end of Leon's tale. I hope it won't, but I think the writers want him to have a very enjoyable conclusion. I do think before they decide to end Leon's story, they will confirm if him and Ada are like an official thing after Resident Evil 4, but I think we should start with the similarities before with the two characters. For this video, I'll be focusing primarily on James from Silent Hill 2 Remake and Leon from Resident Evil 2 Remake to Ultimate Resident Evil 4 Remake, as these two examples are very recent, are very fresh to me, and easy to access on my PS5. The first thing that immediately jumped out to me after completing both games is that Leon and James share this character progression throughout their tales and adapting to their environment. James arrives in Silent Hill with a clear goal in mind, finding and reuniting with Mary, while Leon arrives in the rural village of Spain with the clear goal of finding Ashley Brown. Both of these quests create a simple story at first glance, but their environments quickly bring them into reality or lack thereof, and their missions become very, very complicated. Both characters interact and become involved with outside forces, James being Maria, Eddie, Angela, and Laura, while Leon has to deal with Ada, Luis, and eventually Krauser, and a little bit of Albert Wesker messing with his plans. Despite initially pushing these characters aside, they are both morally affected by the characters they interact with, as despite being initially distrusting of Luis in the beginning, Leon does seem very affected by his death, as sudden as it is, and overall regrets that they kind of had this interaction of being enemies when they actually made a good team working together. And likewise with Krauser, during their battle, Leon ridicules Krauser for losing his way and becoming more so a force of evil rather than working for his governmental role. This scene with James as well, after being forced to kill Eddie, he is visibly disturbed by his actions and realizes he killed a man rather than the monsters he already encountered. This was a real person with real feelings, rather than the monsters he's encountered. He realizes he has real blood on his hands at this point. This is shown once again after the Angela moment near the end of the game, as the game shows a much more weary James and at his basically mental within, and overall is tired and fatigued after encountering these two people who have clearly affected his ability. These characters all have characters vying for their interest or trying to get their attention or kind of trying to be having an impact on their mission, that being Ada for Leon and Maria for James. While it's speculation of the true intentions of her, Ada clearly has feelings for Leon and is really disappointed when Leon rejects her offer in the end, but understands and moves on her separate way. James, on the other hand, has Maria, a self-made construct of his ideal version of Mary. Likewise, she is made to be into James and is shown most poignantly when they reunite. She claims James is supposed to protect her. Overall, they both have people who are attached to them, although Ada's is more complicated and more of a back and forth experience of love, while Maria is made to be in love with James, which makes it a much more one-sided type of thing, which you won't see until the very end if you do go with the Maria ending. Leon's decision to not join Ada at the end of Resident Evil 4 is a rejection and resilience to go against his goal, which was to save Ashley and return her safely. Despite clear thoughts about joining Ada and possibly rekindling their romance, he shoots it down. Likewise, in the Rebirth ending for James becomes fully committed to seeing and being with Mary again. This version of James is steadfast in his decision and is even willing to kill a part of himself for his ultimate goal, which dittos Leon's commitment to his mission. However, this is where James and Leon differ very much in my opinion, as this is shown through the numerous endings James can take at the end of Silent Hill 2, ranging from him moving on from Mary or to becoming trapped in a fake version of Mary for the rest of his existence. And this is an intentional decision to show James is a free-flowing character and can have a variety of different outcomes rather than just a set outcome how it is for Leon in Resident Evil 4. And it shows James can be understanding and compassionate for his wife, while also showing a side that is oblivious and never learns anything. That being shown most poignantly in the Maria ending. On being presented with one ending, we get the steadfast and resolute type of ending for him, knowing that he never compromised his morals or compromised his character in order to get his goal done. Because of this, his character remains steadfast and determined to remain helpful to someone who needs help. This is shown further as we see in Resident Evil 9, Leon is still trying to help. Yes, Leon has become more of a battle-tested and mature character, but he still wishes the best for people and never became the darkness that surrounds him.